Good morning slash afternoon slash evening. Welcome to Black Talks from the Heart. I'm your host, Yugochi, not alone with my co-host,
Alex.
I've had a wonderful day today. I woke up, I ate breakfast, cereal with milk first, of course. How was your day, Alex?
My day was really good, actually. I got a lot of rest and sleep, and milk definitely goes before cereal. I know a lot of people don't like it like that, but it should go before cereal.
That's the only way you should eat it, to be completely honest. Anyways, we're both in great moods, and I want to put a damper onto the mood. But it just hurts me to think that there's members within our community that are unable to have good days like this,
Yeah, definitely. When I look on the news or I look at my phone on social media, and I just see the people of our community just getting put down, it's heartbreaking.
I get it. Some days I'm having a good day, and then all of a sudden I hop on social media, and bam, there's people arguing on my rights and should I live or not based on my skin tone. And I just think it's really disheartening.
Yeah.
Well, that's what this talk show was created for. Anyways, let's introduce our first guest for today, Taylor. Woo!
Hi, guys.
Hi. Whoa, you seem to be out of country today. Yeah. Where are you meeting us from today, Taylor?
I'm meeting you from Tokyo, Japan. I came in to watch the Olympics.
Wow, first-hand experience.
Yeah.
Well, it's lovely to see you here today, Taylor. How are you going today?
I mean, I'm okay. Forgot to have breakfast, so I'm running on coffee and water. But
if you have breakfast, would you eat cereal or milk first?
Cereal first. And I will stand by that till the day I die. Cereal first.
I'm so disappointed. Anyways, let's get on with what we actually brought you onto the show is to discuss some topics. And the topic I want to start off with first is Black Lives Matter, more specifically the Black Lives Matter movement from last year, December 2020. What's your opinion on it?
I mean, it was really nice to see people going out there and protesting for our rights, which honestly, we shouldn't have to protest for our rights because, we're humans. But it was nice to see people going out there. And it was actually a little nerve-wracking, though, like the events that led up to the protest, like Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, everyone, not just those two. That was disheartening.
Yeah, I agree. And I think specifically in our communities, you're speaking about protests. I know there was a lot of protests and riots that were going on. Did you participate in any?
Because of COVID and police brutality that was happening during some of the protests, it was really scary and stuff. So I did not go to a lot of protests, but I did join one or two.
That's so good that you could at least be a part of at least one. Specifically with the protests and riots going on across the United States, how did you feel about that?
I felt there were two parts to the protest. I felt there was the one that would happen during the day that was peaceful, that was people just really trying to make people realize that we're human, we deserve our rights. But then there was also the part that happened at night that were riots and people just taking advantage of the Black Lives Matter community and what we stood for to loot and burn and just cause violence across America, and not just in any business. They were taking advantage of the Black Lives Matter community to burn and hurt Black-owned businesses. So that was really disheartening to see.
I get how you feel. Us, we're just trying to protest for our rights, which once again, unfortunate that we have to. And then there's people who have their own agenda taking advantage of it by looting and stealing, even Black-owned businesses, which proves that they weren't even there to begin with to support us. I really get that. Taylor, I love hearing from you, honestly, but I'd like to bring in another person to hear their opinion. Introducing our second guest, Haley. Woo! Hello, Haley, from what it seems to be the Golden Gate Bridge. What? How's your day today?
My day is good. How's yours?
My day is great. you seem to be in a very good mood, and I'm glad that you are.
Yeah.
And anyways, we are here to speak to you on some topics. The topic we're currently discussing is Black Lives Matter. And what's your opinion on that? The movement and all.
My opinion is that it's uncontrollable, and there's like multiple words that could be used to describe what really happened.
Yeah, and I think there's not one word you can describe this movement because there's different things that you can say with it. Along with what we were talking about before, the protests, I know a lot of people took a part with the blackout movement or trend or challenge. On Instagram, people would post black screens and then put hashtag Blackout Tuesday or just hashtag blackout. Did you participate in that?
No, I did not. I wasn't really active on social media around that time.
Yeah, I wasn't either. I didn't have Instagram yet, but I did have TikTok, and I saw that a lot of people were doing challenges and stuff to seem like they were supporting the Black Lives Matter movement. Do you think all of that was just a trend, or do you think they actually meant what they said?
I feel like it was a trend because it was repeated all over the place. So I wouldn't really say if it and like it was like people following after one another.
I get the feeling that it's a trend. I understand that, just they're over here, yeah, Black Lives Matter, and then 3 days later they're talking crap about us all over again. I get the feeling it's a trend. I want to add on another question. Did you ever feel pressure to post about the struggles that Black people go through? Have you ever felt pressure?
No, I have not felt pressured. It's all because to be honest, it wasn't like you was forced to really do it. It's just people really did it because they wanted to do it.
Yeah, they treated it like it was a trend, and no one really had to do anything, especially the members of the Black community. We were the ones affected.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I'd like to bring in another topic that's similar to what we've been saying. It's the reason why everything that we're saying has happened, and that is police brutality. What's your opinions on it? And just what's your opinions on it, and how do you feel about it? And have you ever been affected by it? This goes to Taylor and Haley.
So I haven't been affected by it, but I feel like police think that they're more powerful when they have on a uniform, but not knowing that they are still us as people. So
Yeah, I personally have been lucky to never been affected by it, but it's a real problem. I can still see it's a real problem. Like, for example, I did a project about this for school. And did you know that the fatality rate of people due to lethal police force is 2.8 times higher among Blacks than it is among whites? Like, that just shows that this is a real problem.
That is so just hurtful to hear,
Yeah, never heard of that statistic, so thank you for bringing that up. But I also want to ask you guys, I know that New York has been televising that we're getting a new mayor, and I know that's also something a lot of New Yorkers know, but a lot of the candidates believe that the police should be defunded. And I just wanted to ask you guys, do you think that the police should be defunded?
I want to say it's in the middle, because they have good cops, they have bad cops, but I feel like not everyone knows what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I also on this topic. It's a very complicated topic for me because there are some good police people out there. There are some who actually care about protecting people and they join the police force not to abuse their power or anything, but they join to protect their communities. So I feel like defunding the police would also be hurting those few good people who actually care. And then also, I don't really see the point of defunding the police, because you could defund the police and some might say, oh, let's retaliate against the community because of that. And others might just say well, whatever, we still were bad, we're still police, we still have the power and still try to abuse that power. So I think a better road to better road to take would not be like defunding the police, but actually I think it would be better if we like redirected the funding, so like it went to another program or something to help policemen learn when to abuse the power and when not to abuse the power, what's to be abused and what's not.
Yeah, I mostly agree with what you said. I believe that there are some good apples within the tree, and that within this whole corrupt system, it's still here for a reason. It could still be used for good if we actually worked on more on changing what being a police stands for. And I agree with what you have to say, Taylor.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you guys have been saying, and I think I agree with what Yugoshi said. The system is corrupt. Within could be white supremacy. Everything falls, even like the police system, policing, which is why I do think that the police, the defunding should be redirected, and I think that the people in the NYPD should be, or just police around the United States, they should be educated and the system should be rebuilt. So this concludes our talk for today on our first episode. So I want to thank Taylor and Haley for coming on the show with us today.
It takes a lot of courage to come onto the show and speak about your feelings. And I hope you know that your guys' words matter and that this is all leading towards a change, whether big or small, to help this community come together and rise.
Thanks for having me.
Arigato. Thank you for having us.
Bye.
Bye.
That was a very interesting talk.
Yeah, it was. And I love the ideas that our guest came in and brought. And I love the topics that we chose to talk about today.
I 100% loved it, It was everything I envisioned it as, just us talking together as sisters, maybe brothers if we get more people into the show, us coming together like a big family. And I really enjoyed it. Anyways, that's will be the end for it today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching us just discussing and talking. And if you would like to watch more, don't be afraid to watch another episode of Black Talks
from the heart.
Woo!
Woo!